Hello everybody and welcome back. We're continuing our look at the 2007 grade 7 level Gauss paper, and we're on question 2. Which number represents 10,000? Okay, we have 5 different options here. 10, well actually if I start reading these out it's going to be quite obvious, but 10, 10 million, 10,000, so the answer is C, 100, and 1,000. But hey, how would I do this question if I can't read numbers that quickly? I mean, there are people out there who have trouble with it. Let's break it down. How would we recognize the answer here? Okay. So the way we write numbers in our decimal system, and I'll write an example of a number. So here we go. So this one here is 1,234,567, but how do I know that? Okay. We've got groups of 3, and that's typically how you write it. Now, depending on where you live, you might have commas, things like that. The standard, from what I understand nowadays, is to drop the commas because people tend to get confused with the decimal places as well. So we tend to leave a space between groups of 3. And, what the heck, we'll write a bit more. So now we've changed our number. But based on our groups of 3, that's how we read the question. So, reading from right to left, we have the groups as follows. These are sort of the nothings. These are the thousands. We have millions. And here would be billions, and you can keep going to trillions and things like that. I'm gonna stop there for my example, but our groups of 3s have a name. So each group of 3 has a name. Now, within a group of 3, we have, we read again right to left, we have the units, the tens, and the hundreds. And that repeats in each group. It's the units in the thousands, it's the tens in the thousands, and the hundreds in the thousands. Units in the millions, tens in the millions, hundreds in the millions. Okay. Now the way we read numbers out, we write the number out, so 1, and it's in the units. We never say the units. After we say 1, we then say what category we're in. So 1 billion. Then we have 2. He's in the hundreds place, so 200. And then we typically bring these guys together. You would say 3 tens, but we now say 30. So 34. And then we say the group we're in, millions. Then we're in 500. And then 6 tens, 7 units, but we tend to just say 67 thousands. Because once we hit the units, we say the group name. And then we have 800, and then 90, and there's nothing left to say, so we're just done. And that's how we would read this one out. 1,234,567,000. And these S's shouldn't technically be here if we're speaking properly. 67,890. Okay, great. You've refreshed me on how we read numbers. How does that help? Well, we have 2 options. One, we can try and work backwards. We know we want 10,000. So what would that actually look like when we write it out with the numbers, with the digits? Or, alternatively, we could, since it's multiple choice, we have 5 options here. We can read each of these out. This is 10. This is 10 million. Don't say the thousands, don't say the units. So this is just 10 million. This one here is 10,000, and there's nothing left to say. This is 100. This is 1,000. Okay? So that way we can see that it's C. How would we work backwards? Well, we know we want 10,000. So we think, okay, we've got the nothings group, the thousands group, the millions group, but we don't have anything in the nothings. We don't have anything in the millions, so we won't even bother to write them. And then in the thousands, we don't have 100, and then we talk about 10,000, we just have 10,000. So 10 followed by 3 zeros. That's going to be our answer, and that's C. Okay, so a little bit of refresher of how we read numbers, and we get our answer of C, just in case you needed it. All right, so in our next video, we're going to take a look at question number 3, and I will join you guys for that one in just a moment.